In just 58 days, this government will end the JobSeeker COVID supplement.
You can't run the Australian economy on taxpayers' money forever.
Many workers relying on the JobKeeper subsidy are worried right now.
Emergency measures are temporary.
Through a year dealing with COVID-19, a debate has raged about whether the government can drop the rate of the dole back to its pre-COVID level of just $40 a day. There's also been a debate about how long the government should or could keep its wage subsidy scheme, JobKeeper, in place. Both are due to end at the end of next month. But the big questions have always been, what impact would the withdrawal of these vital props have on the economy? What impact would the end of JobKeeper have on the unemployment rate? At the peak of the crisis last year, around 1 million extra people were getting government income support, and there were almost 1 million businesses receiving JobKeeper. Despite those bleak numbers, Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe is remarkably optimistic.
In the labour market, we're expecting the rate of unemployment to continue to decline. Job vacancies, job ads and hiring intentions at the moment are all at quite high levels.
But while more jobs are being created, there are still a couple of problems. The first is that while more people are being hired, the number of people on income support has barely shifted. Many of these people are on government support for the first time in their lives. If the government doesn't change its mind and increase the dole, they will find themselves on the old rate of $40 a day at the end of next month.
For me, it's not really kind of a macroeconomic management issue, it's kind of a fairness issue.
The problems with JobKeeper, however, are very different. No one is exactly sure what will happen to the economy or to jobs when the wage subsidy ends. But already, between May and November last year, the number of businesses relying on the payment halved to around 500,000. And Dr Lowe thinks it won't be that bad when the money is turned off altogether.
It's quite possible we have a month or two where the unemployment rate blips up, but we've got to remember that this is being withdrawn in the context of an economy that is recovering. And when we talk to businesses, our sense is that this job creation is going to continue. And I'm hoping that that will be enough to offset the job losses from the ending of the JobKeeper program.
The opposition argues the scheme has actually delivered a windfall to some companies and they should give it back.
We're increasingly finding that JobKeeper has gone to firms whose profits in 2020 were higher than their profits in 2019. That happened because eligibility was determined by a short-term shutdown, but it meant that there's firms that have enjoyed a profit bonanza while receiving taxpayer handouts. Some of those firms have done the right thing. We've seen Toyota Australia, Domino's, Super Retail Group handing back the money. That's the morally correct thing to do.
But there's an even bigger underlying problem which spells trouble for the economy. Annual wages growth is at an all-time low of just 1.4%. While we have all long been told that too much wages growth is bad, it is now so low it is a major hindrance to growth.
Wages growth is forecast to pick up from its current low rate, but to do so only very gradually and still be below 2% at the end of next year, still be very, very low.
Governments can make a difference to wages growth. The government can make a decision to run the economy harder. What that would require is both monetary policy to remain accommodating, the cash rate to remain low, but for the federal government not to withdraw support from the economy too soon, so not flicking that switch back to austerity.
I'm not going to provide the government with advice on that vexed issue. I think our main contribution here is to keep the monetary support going as long as is reasonably possible. And my hope is by doing that, the labour market will tighten, and as it tightens, wage increases will rise.
Unfortunately, the Governor doesn't think there is a remote chance of that happening until unemployment drops to at least 4.5%. Don't hold your breath waiting for a pay rise. And while they remain elusive, so does really strong economic growth.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.